In the heart of Africa's wilderness, survival reaches its harshest form when drought devours the land. The earth cracks, water vanishes, and the air scorches under a relentless sun. This is a deadly drought, an invisible foe that spares no creature, regardless of strength, size, or experience. Even the toughest animals are forced to yield. Hunger weakens, thirst gnaws, and exhaustion turns every step into a critical choice. Here, the struggle for survival is no longer just predator versus prey. It is a battle against the very environment, pushing life to its ultimate limit. In this unforgiving world, not all will endure. Some fall so that others may carry on. In the African savanna, when drought reigns, survival is not a right. It is a hard-earned privilege. Welcome to a wild kingdom where nature reveals its cruelest face, and where even the strongest learn that some battles cannot always be won. Across vast stretches of Africa, rainfall can vanish for extended periods, sometimes lasting several years in a row. When this happens, rivers that once carved their way across the plains shrink into dry, dusty channels. Lakes gradually dwindle, breaking into small, scattered pools coveted by countless animals. Water, long the lifeblood of the savanna, suddenly becomes the scarcest and most perilous resource. Wherever it remains, species gather, and where life concentrates, tension rises, disease spreads, and death lurks. During extreme drought, temperatures often soar beyond 40 degrees Celsius. The afternoon sun does more than warm, it punishes without mercy. Evaporation accelerates, and vegetation withers before it can fully mature. Grasslands, the primary source of sustenance for large herbivores, quickly lose their nutritional value. Though it may still appear plentiful, it no longer nourishes. Animals continue to graze, yet their bodies weaken day by day. This is a form of hunger that is silent, relentless, and inevitable. Drought also reshapes the savanna's rhythms. Species that usually avoid certain areas begin to explore them. Journeys spanning tens or even hundreds of kilometers become routine in the desperate search for water. Ancient migration routes are retraced. Perilous paths intersect, and the young that cannot keep pace fall behind. Every kilometer traveled exacts a heavier toll, leaving little chance for recovery. With water scarcity come hidden dangers. The few remaining pools, often contaminated, become breeding grounds for bacteria, parasites, and toxins. Even weakened. Animals drink because refusal means certain death. Many do not survive, succumbing days later to infections, extreme dehydration, or organ failure. Decline begins from within. First muscle mass fades. Then vital organs begin to fail. There is no struggle, no battle, only utter exhaustion. When drought grips the savanna, it is not always the weakest who fall first. Those who depend on abundance, stability, and balance are often the most vulnerable. Drought does not measure strength. It tests the capacity to endure collapse. Even the largest and most formidable creatures eventually begin to succumb. Lions, the undisputed symbols of strength and dominance, are among the first to feel the true impact of drought. Prolonged absence of rainfall causes herbivore populations to plummet, making hunting increasingly scarce and perilous. These apex predators rely on large, consistent prey to maintain their weight and energy. When that source vanishes, their bodies begin to deteriorate, muscle mass declines, vitality wanes, and every hunting attempt demands enormous effort. Failure no longer represents mere fatigue, it costs precious days of survival. Drought also disrupts the social fabric of prides. Lionesses, responsible for most hunts, are pushed to the limits of endurance. Cubs suffer from food shortages, and weakened dominant males lose territory to equally desperate rivals. Conflicts grow more frequent, yet even victory no longer guarantees a meal. In extreme conditions, survival instincts drive lions to unimaginable behaviors, attacks on members of their own group, abandonment of cubs unable to keep pace, and in rare cases, cannibalism. The king of the Savanna does not fall to another hunter. His defeat comes silently, imposed not by an opponent, but by relentless scarcity and the unforgiving lack of resources. Elephants, the largest land animals on Earth today, face an especially harsh trial. An adult can require more than 150 liters of water each day, and during prolonged drought, this essential need becomes a sentence. Herds are forced to travel vast distances, sometimes tens, even hundreds of kilometers in search of water. The journey is slow, relentless, and devastating for the weakest members. Calves cannot endure such long days under extreme heat, and the oldest elephants, with worn-down teeth, struggle to process the dry and sparse vegetation along the way. Many collapse before reaching their destination. Others become trapped in dry riverbeds while attempting to dig makeshift wells with their tusks in a desperate effort to reach underground water. There are accounts of entire herds surrounding fallen individuals, repeatedly touching them as if unwilling to accept the loss. Drought does not only claim the physical lives of elephants, it also destroys social bonds and structures that have taken decades to form. Zebras experience collapse swiftly and mercilessly, relying almost entirely on vast grasslands. They quickly lose their main source of sustenance. Dry, brittle grass provides little nutrition and wears down their teeth. Without sufficient energy, their bodies weaken, immune systems fail, and disease finds the perfect conditions to spread. With each rainless day, a zebra loses speed, and in the savanna, slow movement can be a death sentence. Wildebeests, famed for their massive migrations, face an even more silent tragedy. Drought disrupts the balance of ancestral routes. Rivers vanish prematurely. Pastures fail to grow and natural corridors disappear. Yet thousands press onward, driven by instinct, even when the path leads nowhere. Some die from sheer exhaustion without ever falling. Others succumb near contaminated waterholes, where stagnant pools breed lethal bacteria. During severe droughts, mortality can reach tens of thousands in a single season. The cruelest fact is that most do not fall to predators. There are no chases, no violence, only the gradual, relentless collapse of the body. The savanna becomes littered with corpses not taken by hunters, but defeated by the environment itself. Each fallen animal leaves a void, an empty space, a motionless body, a resource that shifts into new hands. For most species, drought is a relentless threat. For the crocodile, however, it becomes the perfect hunting ground. Rather than weakening it, the lack of water reshapes the environment in ways that favor its method of hunting. As water sources dwindle, herbivores are forced to return repeatedly to the same spots. Paths become well-worn, routines predictable, behavior exposed. This is where the crocodile gains its advantage, a predator that thrives on routine, carelessness, and proximity. Unlike active hunters that expend energy chasing prey, the crocodile's effort is minimal. Its metabolism is slow, efficient, and extremely economical. It can survive for months without eating, waiting for the perfect moment. While other predators grow weaker from scarcity, the crocodile remains motionless, hidden in the mud, with only eyes and nostrils visible, almost indistinguishable from the murky water surrounding it. Drought also limits escape options. In flowing rivers, prey might flee to deeper or open waters. During dry spells, those options vanish. Shores shrink, become slippery and exposed. A single misstep or moment of distraction can be fatal. When the attack comes, there is no margin for error. No. Weakened by hunger and dehydration, animals respond more slowly. They have less strength to resist and a smaller chance to escape. The crocodile's explosive lunge becomes even more lethal. Drought does not just make hunting easier, it drastically reduces a victim's ability to defend itself. Another advantage comes from carrion. Many animals die near water, whether from exhaustion or disease from drinking contaminated water. For the crocodile, this provides a steady source of food. It does not rely solely on hunting. It also feeds on the deaths accumulating around it. Carcasses, whole corpses, and dying animals become a regular part of its diet during these periods. There is also a lesser-known behavior. In extreme drought, crocodiles can dig deep mud shelters called moist burrows, which retain humidity and protect them from intense heat. These refuges allow them to survive even when the surface appears barren. As the savanna cracks and collapses, the crocodile waits, buried and unscathed. In the logic of drought, it does not run, migrate, or compete, it simply remains. And the harsher the environment, the more efficient it becomes. While lions lose weight, it gains. While herds fragment, it grows stronger. Besides crocodiles, what other animals do you think benefit from drought in Africa? Share your thoughts in the comments. However, drought does not affect all species equally. Amid the savanna's decline, some animals thrive not by abundance, but through adaptation taken to the extreme. They do not fight the harsh environment, they have evolved within it. While others lose strength and energy, these species endure quietly, efficiently, and fully prepared. The oryx may be the clearest example of this resilience. A natural inhabitant of arid and semi-arid regions, it possesses a physiology designed to survive where few other forms of life can. Its metabolism can drastically minimize water loss, allowing it to go for days or even weeks without drinking. The oryx extracts the moisture it needs from the very dry plants it consumes, even when they appear completely withered. Even more remarkable is its ability to regulate body temperature. Unlike most mammals, which must maintain around 37 degrees Celsius, the oryx tolerates its internal temperature rising during the day, conserving water by reducing sweat loss. At night, when the air cools, it gradually releases the stored heat. On a savanna teetering on the edge of collapse, the oryx does not battle the climate, it adapts to it. At ground level, among the dust and cracks scorched by the sun, another survivor keeps moving. The African warthog, unassuming, often overlooked, and remarkably resilient. Unlike the more demanding herbivores, this animal is a complete opportunist. It feeds on deep roots, hidden bulbs, insects, carrion, and almost any organic matter it can find. When surface vegetation disappears, it digs. Its body is built to endure extreme heat and prolonged periods of scarcity. Even when weakened, it remains active. While many species leave the area in search of better conditions, the warthog stays. It does not rely on a lush savanna to survive. It makes do with whatever remains when everything else has collapsed. Then there are the meerkats, small, seemingly vulnerable, yet remarkably efficient. Living in colonies with complex social structures, they face the drought through cooperation and careful planning. Their extensive underground tunnel networks serve as natural shelters from the extreme heat, significantly reducing water and energy loss. While the surface scorches under the sun, the subterranean world provides protection. Much of the water they need comes from their diet of insects, larvae, and small vertebrates, nearly eliminating dependence on freestanding water. Add to this a constant system of vigilance that minimizes unnecessary risk. No movement is random. Every foray from the burrow serves a precise purpose. In an environment where every ounce of energy matters, efficiency becomes survival. Meerkats do not thrive, they endure. They do not dominate the savanna, they learn to withstand it. As larger animals fall and the landscape grows silent, these small survivors remain active, proving that in the savanna, size and strength are not guarantees. Survival depends on who can make the most of the least. But every act of endurance leaves traces, and wherever death accumulates, there are always others ready to seize the opportunity. With long strides across cracked earth and eyes that miss nothing, the ostrich emerges as one of the great survivors of Africa's harshest regions. In a landscape where water is scarce and every mistake can be fatal, this giant of the savanna does not rely on brute strength, but on its ability to anticipate danger. In Africa, surviving drought often means reading the environment before taking action. The ostrich moves across the dry plains like a living sentry. Its greatest advantage lies in its enormous eyes, the largest of any land animal, capable of scanning the horizon for kilometers. In a world where dust obscures everything and predators blend into the terrain, this exceptional vision makes all the difference. Long before a lion detects movement or a cheetah calculates its strike, the ostrich has already identified the threat. This early awareness does more than protect the ostrich. Its alert behavior serves as an unintentional signal for other savanna animals. Antelopes, zebras, and wildebeests learn to interpret its reactions. If the ostrich stands tall and tense, it is time to move. In a drought-stricken ecosystem, this silent cooperation increases the chances of survival for the entire community. When escape becomes inevitable and heat ripples across the air, the ostrich unleashes its next defense speed. With long legs and muscles built for endurance, it can reach over 70 kilometers per hour even across hard, dry terrain. Its stride spans several meters, allowing it to flee efficiently, a critical advantage when food and water are scarce. In extreme situations, if cornered, the ostrich can fight back. Its powerful kicks can inflict serious damage, a risk few predators are willing to take. Yet for this bird, combat is always a last resort. In a hostile environment, conserving energy is as vital as avoiding danger. The ostrich's adaptation to drought goes further. Its body is built to withstand extreme temperatures. It regulates internal heat with remarkable efficiency, and its plumage, far from mere decoration, acts as a natural ventilation system, protecting it during the hottest days of the African savanna. On a continent where water is scarce and survival depends on a delicate balance of vigilance, endurance, and strategy, the ostrich proves that surviving is not always about strength. It is about understanding the landscape and disappearing before danger becomes unavoidable. When drought reaches its most extreme point, the savanna begins to make a different sound. It is not the roar of a predator, nor the call of a herd. It is the heavy beat of wings. Vultures do not announce themselves, they simply appear. First one descends in the distance, and then another. Within minutes, dozens more follow. Soon the sky fills with dark silhouettes, circling silently in wide spirals over a single point on the ground. Where there is death, they know. Drought creates the perfect stage for this phenomenon. Carcasses accumulate. Exhausted animals die near waterholes, along worn trails, or beneath isolated shade, with no strength left to move. No dense vegetation hides the bodies. No deep mud conceals them. The dry savanna exposes everything. Death becomes visible from kilometers away. Vultures are experts at spotting it. Some species do not need a direct view, they follow the behavior of others in the air to locate the end. It takes only one individual to descend for dozens more to follow. In minutes, the ground becomes a scene of chaos. Lean bodies, wings spread in threat, bare necks plunging repeatedly into flesh. Silence is shattered by the crack of bones, harsh caws, and the constant sound of tearing. There is no ritual, no pause. Drought allows no time. Heat accelerates decomposition. Insects arrive immediately, and other predators may appear at any moment. Vultures act with brutal efficiency, they consume quickly, leaving little behind. An animal weakened over months can vanish in mere hours, reduced to bleached bones and dried hide. is a chilling image. Circling groups of vultures form a living ring around death. They jostle, climb over one another, spread their wings to intimidate. Some walk directly on the carcass as they feed, while others wait at the edges, knowing their turn will come. It is chaos made functional, driven by hunger and opportunity. Drought multiplies these scenes. The more animals fall, the more frequent this inevitable encounter becomes. The sky of the dry savanna fills with dark shadows gliding silently, ever watchful of the ground below. From a distance, vultures may not seem like an immediate threat, yet to the savanna, they are a clear warning. Something has died here, and often, these birds arrive even before life has fully ceased. Animals weakened beyond movement become the focus. Death does not always come with violence. Sometimes it comes with patient waiting. The presence of vultures is a quiet announcement of the inevitable. Drought is not a one-time event in the African savanna, it is a recurring mechanism, shaping populations, redefining territories, and deciding who survives and who vanishes. Nothing that happens is wasted. Nothing occurs at random. Fallen bodies become nourishment for others. Water that recedes concentrates the life that still endures. The suffering of some species supports the survival of others. Drought leaves a lesson impossible to ignore. Strength does not guarantee continuity. Size does not promise a tomorrow. Dominance does not equal survival. In the African savanna, living means knowing when to move, when to endure, and when to accept the end. On a continent where deadly drought spreads like a silent shadow, survival ceases to be a struggle between species and becomes a battle against time. Hunger, and thirst. Cracked earth and dry rivers not only reshape the landscape, they redefine the fate of every creature that calls it home. Under these extreme conditions, even the hardiest reach their limits. Drought respects no hierarchy, no strength. It weakens all alike. Some keep moving, driven by instinct. Others are forced to stop, leaving behind stories of endurance rarely seen, yet essential to maintaining the balance of nature. Every fall is not a failure, it is part of an ancient cycle in which life pushes forward at a devastating cost. These silent battles remind us of a profound truth. Wildlife is not cruel, it is honest. Nature does not punish, it simply responds to the limits of the planet. Today, those limits are being tested more than ever. Protecting Africa's ecosystems, conserving water, and respecting wildlife is not only an environmental cause, it is a human responsibility. Because when drought strikes, it is not only animals who lose, we all do. In Africa, where even the strongest can fall, life remains sacred precisely because it is fragile. In the untamed African savanna, survival is never optional. It is a daily demand. Beneath a relentless sun and across endless open plains, life endures through constant struggle. Instinct-driven choices and unavoidable encounters. Each sunrise may signal the beginning of a hunt, a frantic escape, or a fierce stand to protect territory. Within this harsh environment, clashes between Africa's most iconic animals have become part of the natural rhythm. The lion's roar carries both authority and danger. The towering elephant commands respect through sheer strength and endurance, while the swift, agile antelope embodies the fragile chance of outrunning death. Each species reflects a different approach in this quiet, ongoing battle to stay alive. Here, the savanna offers no permanent victors or lasting losers. It favors only those who can adapt, endure, and hold on a moment longer. This is the essence of Africa, a realm where life is shaped by confrontation and survival stands as the ultimate law. Beneath the shade of scattered trees, a pride of lions lies at rest on the African savanna. The males remain at ease while the cubs play nearby. But the lionesses stay alert, their focus unbroken. Something is about to unfold. The hunt is imminent. It is one of those intense moments often seen in wildlife documentaries where survival is never guaranteed. In the distance, a herd of wildebeest grazes, calmly unaware of the predators moving silently through the grass. Muscles tighten, eyes lock onto a target, and the plan is already in motion. Some lionesses move to block escape routes, while others creep forward with calculated precision. Then, without warning, the signal is given. One lioness launches forward and the entire group surges into action. Panic spreads through the herd as they scatter, kicking up clouds of dust in their desperate escape. The hunters move with remarkable coordination, isolating the weakest individual. A well-timed leap, a decisive strike, and it is over. This is the unfiltered reality of the wild, captured in powerful documentary moments, where the delicate balance between predator and prey unfolds in the heart of Africa. Not far away, a young lion cub watches, Swift's eyes wide and unblinking. This is more than a hunt, it is his first lesson in survival. He studies the movements of the adults, how they plan, how they cooperate to bring down their prey. One day he will take part in these hunts, and what he learns now will shape the future of the pride. Lions are unique among big cats, living and hunting in social groups, relying on cooperation to endure. Yet success is never certain. Life on the savanna is unforgiving, an endless cycle of hunting and being hunted. Only the strongest persist, and even the so-called kings of this land are not exempt from its harsh laws. This is nature at its most raw, both breathtaking and relentless, where every hunt is a struggle against overwhelming odds. Cast out from his pride, a young lion around 3 years old and weighing close to 180 kilograms faces the greatest challenge of his life: surviving alone in a hostile landscape. His struggle reflects the harsh truth of the wild, where only the most resilient endure. Weak from hunger, after 3 days without food, he dares to confront a buffalo weighing over 700 kilograms. But the attempt quickly turns dangerous. In seconds, the buffalo retaliates with force, swinging its sharp horns, capable of reaching up to 1 meter in length. A single blow could shatter bones or pierce vital organs. Injured and exhausted, the young lion has no choice but to retreat. For 4 days, he wanders the savanna with an empty stomach, his strength fading with every step. His body grows thinner, his movements heavier. Then as dusk settles, an opportunity appears. In the dim light, he spots a wounded antelope likely left behind from an earlier chase. Without hesitation, he seizes the moment, sprinting at speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour. Within seconds, his nearly 7-centimeter fangs find their mark at the prey's throat, bringing the struggle to an end. It is not a glorious victory, but it is enough to survive another day. In the wild, survival itself is often the only success that matters. Not all lions have the support of a pride. Those alone must fight every day just to endure. Under the blazing sun of the African plains, a herd of elephants moves steadily toward a water source. At the front walks the matriarch, a massive female weighing over 4,500 kilograms, her long, curved tusks and steady gaze reflecting decades of experience. As they reach the riverbank, a young calf, only a few months old, steps forward eagerly. It clumsily swings its trunk, trying to drink like the adults, but ends up splashing water instead. The elephant's trunk, made up of more than 40,000 muscles, is incredibly versatile, yet mastering it takes time. Each failed attempt is followed by another as the calf learns by observing its mother and the older members of the herd. This is more than play, it is an early lesson in survival. No elephant can live without learning how to use its trunk. Without warning, the matriarch comes to a halt. Her massive ears, spanning over 1.5 meters, catch distant sounds carried across the plains. She stands alert, sensing danger. Far off in the tall grass, the shapes of a lion pride begin to emerge. Instantly, she releases a deep, powerful call, and the herd reacts without hesitation. The adults, weighing between 2,700 and 5,400 kilograms, quickly form a protective barrier surrounding the calves and shielding them completely. Despite their reputation as formidable predators, the lions hesitate. They assess the situation carefully, aware of the risk. After a tense pause, they withdraw. A lone elephant might be vulnerable, but a united herd is nearly impossible to overcome. For elephants, family is everything. They possess remarkable memory and complex emotional bonds, standing together against any threat. As the danger fades, the herd resumes its journey, their long shadows stretching across the Allard. They are not only immense in size, but also powerful symbols of loyalty, care, and unbreakable unity, qualities that have allowed them to endure for over 5 million years of evolution. No matter how harsh the wild becomes, as long as they remain together, they continue forward with steady determination across the vast savanna. Beyond their strength, elephants play a vital role in shaping their environment. Moving through dense vegetation, they carve natural pathways that allow other animals to reach food and water more easily, especially during dry seasons. Using their trunks and tusks, they dig into the Allard to create water holes, which become essential manabar for a wide range of species, from antelope and giraffes to birds. They also contribute significantly to the spread of plant life. By feeding on fruits and later dispersing seeds through their dung, elephants help sustain biodiversity and support the ongoing growth of forests. Under the scorching sun of the African savanna, a herd of impalas moves quietly through the tall grass. Every step is measured with care. Their pointed ears remain upright and their wide eyes scan the surroundings for even the slightest sign of danger. In a land ruled by predators, constant awareness is essential for survival. Suddenly, panic erupts in the distance. From the brush, a cheetah bursts into view. Its slender body, built for speed, surges forward with explosive acceleration capable of reaching over 110 kilometers per hour in just a few seconds. Its target is a young impala that has briefly strayed from the herd. But impalas are far from defenseless. The moment danger is detected, they react almost instantly. Their light, agile bodies launch into powerful leaps, reaching heights of up to 3 meters. These dramatic jumps not only confuse the predator, but also serve as a warning signal to the rest of the group. Within seconds, the herd scatters, running in unpredictable zigzag patterns that make it difficult for the cheetah to lock onto a single target. Although it is the fastest land animal, the cheetah cannot sustain its top speed for long. If the chase extends beyond 20 seconds, the impala's chances of escape increase significantly. With strong muscles and long legs, impalas can reach speeds of up to 56 kilometers per hour and maintain that pace longer than their pursuer. As the cheetah begins to lose energy, the impala makes a sudden change in direction, using the terrain to its advantage. In the end, the predator is forced to give up, stopping breathless in the open plain, while the impala disappears into the distance. This time, survival belongs to the prey. Antelopes rely on more than just speed to endure. In the vast African ecosystem, their fate is also connected to giants like elephants. African elephants play a crucial role in shaping the landscape, clearing natural pathways and digging water holes with their tusks, providing essential resources for antelopes, especially during the dry season. Yet this connection also places antelopes at the center of the food chain. Predators such as lions and cheetahs depend on them for survival, maintaining the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Without antelopes, this balance would collapse, grasslands would lose their natural rhythm, and large carnivores would struggle to endure. Every leap across the savanna is not just an escape, but a reflection of the relentless cycle of life, where even prey must fight tirelessly to survive. At first glance, the African savanna appears calm and golden, a pride of lions resting after a hunt, elephants moving toward water, and impalas bounding across the plains. But beneath this peaceful surface lies an unyielding rule, the cycle of life. Every species is deeply interconnected. A lion weighing around 250 kilograms consumes roughly 7 kilograms of meat each day, helping regulate herbivore populations. Antelopes, beyond being prey, contribute to seed dispersal and the maintenance of grasslands. The African elephant, which can weigh up to 6,900 kilograms, opens pathways through dense vegetation and uncovers water sources that benefit countless other species. If even one of these links disappears, the balance of the ecosystem is disrupted. On the savanna, the survival of each species supports the existence of all the others. In the heart of the vast African savanna, an aging lioness moves slowly through the golden growth. Her body, once powerful and dominant, now appears frail, shaped by years of Sanghursh in an unforgiving land. The strength that once made her a feared hunter has faded, leaving her exposed. She is no longer the pursuer, but the one at risk. Each step is careful, yet her spirit endures a quiet echo of the formidable predator she once was. Nearby, a group of hyenas watches closely. Clever and ever alert to signs of weakness, these scavengers, known for their crushing jaws and coordinated tactics, pose a constant threat in this harsh environment. They thrive through teamwork, using numbers and strategy to overwhelm their targets. Persistent and bold, they circle the weakened lioness, observing, waiting, but not yet striking. Hyena clans operate within a strict hierarchy led by dominant females. Cooperation is essential for hunting, defending territory, and sharing food. Competition within the group is intense as each individual strives to secure a better position. This relentless structure ensures survival but leaves no room for mercy. In their world, rank is absolute. Now, as they close in on the vulnerable lioness, there is no compassion, only patience. The tension builds in the air, She remains alert despite her weakness, knowing that a single mistake could be her last. Not far away, other lionesses move silently through the tall grass, their bodies tense and focused. The struggle for dominance within the pride is equally unforgiving. There is no peace among them, only competition for control and survival. Even as they monitor the aging lioness, each is driven to secure her place. In the wild, strength defines status, and weakness is never ignored. Across the dry Allard, a clan of nearly 20 hyenas advances, their eerie laughter breaking the silence of the Savanna. Hunger drives them forward as they scan for the most vulnerable target. Then they find it, a solitary lion, ribs visible beneath his coat. His movements slow and heavy. Once a powerful hunter, he is now only a shadow of his former self. The hyenas draw closer, their calls rising into a chilling chorus. The attack seems inevitable until a deep, thunderous roar cuts through the air. It is not one lion, but many. A pride emerges from the open plains. First come 5 lionesses moving with purpose. Their eyes locked on the threat. Behind them, the males appear massive with dark manes bristling, asserting their dominance. The hyenas hesitate for only a moment before charging. They outnumber their rivals, but they recognize the ilkua and resolve of the lions. The clash erupts with overwhelming intensity. One lioness lunges, knocking a hyena to the ground, claws tearing into its body. Another seizes one by the neck, shaking it violently as it cries out. The hyenas fight back fiercely, but against the sheer power of 3 full-grown males, they cannot hold their ground. Dust rises in thick clouds, mixing with the scent of blood. Though they resist, the hyenas begin to fall one by one. Some manage to escape, vanishing into the distance with desperate cries. Others remain too long and pay the price. When the fight ends, the lions stand firm, tense and watchful, while the survivors retreat in defeat. The pride gathers around the lion who had been moments from death. With gentle nudges, they urge him to retreat. He is weak, exhausted, but elite. On the African savanna, even at the edge of death, the strength of the group can mean the difference between survival and collapse. The Serengeti stands as a relentless battleground where survival is never guaranteed. Here, the conflict between lions and hyenas is ancient, a struggle carried through generations, etched into the dust and blood of the land. In the wild, one truth remains: only the strongest endure. As the dry season arrives, the savanna grows increasingly harsh. Vegetation fades, water becomes scarce, and every creature fights to survive. Hyenas, driven by hunger, roam tirelessly across the land in search of food for their clan. In the distance, a pride of lions has made a successful kill. A large wildebeest lies motionless on the ground. The scent of fresh meat spreads quickly through the air, impossible to ignore. For a brief moment, the lions step away from the carcass, unaware that this rare officer is about to draw unwanted attention. On the Savanna, there is an unspoken rule: lions dominate. Yet hyenas are relentless. They linger in the shadows, waiting patiently for the right moment to seize any opportunity. Today, that moment arrives. Slowly they move forward, eyes fixed on the fallen wildebeest. They know the lions are nearby, but hunger leaves no room for hesitation. The scent of fresh meat overrides every instinct for caution. With deliberate, calculated steps, they close the distance, careful yet determined to claim their share. In an instant, several large hyenas rush in, grabbing hold of the carcass and attempting to drag it away. The confrontation ignites immediately. The lions respond with deep growls and thunderous roars, warning the intruders to retreat. But the hyenas stand their ground. Bold and unyielding, they refuse to back down. A violent struggle erupts around the carcass teeth. Snapping bodies colliding, dust rising with every clash. The lions possess strength, but they are outnumbered. The hyenas recognize their advantage and act quickly, knowing they must press forward before the pride regains full control. In the Serengeti, every second matters, and each confrontation can determine who survives and who falls. South Africa is widely regarded as a true sanctuary of wildlife. A land where many of Africa's most iconic landscapes come together within a single territory. Across the country, nearly 20 national parks protect environments that range from lush coastal forests to vast inland savannas, preserving some of the continent's most representative ecosystems. This nation is defined by remarkable climatic diversity. Conditions shift from semi-arid regions in the west to humid subtropical zones in the southeast. Variations in rainfall and temperature shaped by both latitude and elevation create a wide spectrum of natural habitats that encourage the evolution and abundance of species. In the Cape Floristic region, a Mediterranean climate prevails, marked by wet winters and dry summers. These conditions have allowed more than 10,000 native plant species to flourish. With around 70% found nowhere else on Earth, one of the highest levels of endemism globally. In addition, the meeting of two major ocean currents helps regulate coastal climates and plays a crucial role in sustaining rich marine biodiversity. Further inland, the Karoo and succulent Karoo form some of the most distinctive semi-arid landscapes on the continent. These regions are characterized by expansive plains, scattered mountain ranges, and ancient mineral-rich soils that, despite their composition, offer limited nutrients. Year-round dryness and sharp temperature differences between day and night have led to highly specialized ecosystems adapted for water conservation. The succulent Karoo in particular stands out as one of the few semi-arid deserts in the world recognized as a biodiversity hotspot, thanks to its extraordinary concentration of endemic succulent plants. In environments as demanding as these, survival depends on highly specialized adaptations, and the bat-eared fox is a perfect example. As its name suggests, this animal is known for its unusually large ears, measuring between 11 and 13 centimeters. These ears not only enhance its ability to detect prey beneath the ground, but also serve as an efficient cooling system, helping to release excess heat under the intense sun. Its diet consists mainly of underground insects, particularly termites and crickets. A single individual can consume up to 1.15 million termites in a year. The bat-eared fox is monogamous, forming long-term pair bonds and living in the dry plains where it builds complex burrows that function as shelter breeding sites and safe spaces for raising its young. Within each pair, responsibilities are clearly shared. Both partners take part in digging and defending their territory. They favor open grasslands with short vegetation where spotting insects is easier and body temperature can be better regulated. Studies conducted in 2024 indicate that their territories can range from 0.3 to 3.5 square kilometers. When termite populations decline, this fox shows impressive dietary flexibility, adding beetles, larvae, grasshoppers, and even seasonal fruits and berries to its menu. One of its most notable adaptations is its dentition. It has more teeth than most mammals, allowing it to efficiently crush hard-shelled insects and perfectly suit its feeding habits. Its communication system is equally distinctive. Members of a pair use tail and ear movements to express different states, along with soft vocalizations that reinforce their bond. This constant interaction supports cooperation, maintains pair cohesion, and strengthens the defense of their shared territory. The African savanna is a world where survival is not a fleeting moment but a constant state of existence. The sangharsh between predator and prey, the quiet strength of giants and the relentless endurance of those who flee have shaped these lands into a timeless symbol of life in its most raw and authentic form. Here, every confrontation, every escape, and every brief victory helps sustain the balance of an ecosystem that has endured for ages. The savanna reminds us that nature does not operate with compassion but with order, and that every species plays an essential and irreplaceable role in this ancient story. If this journey into the wild heart of Africa has inspired you, don't forget to like and subscribe to Beast Call Nature. Join us as we continue to explore the real, intense, and fascinating stories of the animal world. Where every heartbeat matters and every life has meaning. Across the endless plains of the African savanna, no victory is ever certain. In the natural world, every encounter is a high-stakes gamble where instinct, experience, and a single misstep can determine survival. Each chase becomes a harsh trial of endurance and accuracy, where even the smallest error can turn a hunter into the hunted or grant prey an unexpected chance to escape. In this land, a brief moment of resistance can shatter the balance of power. A sudden turn, a desperate charge, or a split second of hesitation is enough to rewrite the outcome of a hunt that once seemed inevitable. The savanna shows no mercy for mistakes, and it recognizes no absolute dominance. Even the most feared predators must risk everything each time they pursue a meal. At the center of this unforgiving world unfolds one of nature's most intense pursuits, the hunt within the lion's domain. Here, silence becomes a warning. Tall grass conceals danger, and every shadow may signal an attack. Yet even the so-called king of the savanna is not immune to uncertainty. Hunting is an expression of strength, but also of vulnerability where triumph lasts only moments and survival must be earned again and again beneath Africa's relentless sun. Under the merciless African sun, the plains shimmer with heat. Scorching winds twist columns of dust into the air, blurring the horizon and choking the land. Here, life hangs on a delicate balance. A single lapse can mean the end, and even the smallest decision can draw the line between survival and death. Across the open grassland, a buffalo lowers its massive head to graze. Its towering frame and sharp horns form a natural shield, yet in the act of feeding, a weakness is exposed. Just meters away, hidden within the dry grass, a pair of golden eyes remains perfectly still. A pride of lions has been watching for hours, waiting for the precise moment. In In this open world, success is not decided by sudden strength, but by patience, timing, and flawless execution. There is no room for mistakes. Heat, relentless heat. Throughout the savanna, the lion sits atop the food chain. Raw power is matched with teamwork refined over countless generations. Together, these traits tip the balance in the endless struggle between hunter and prey. The grasslands are more than a home, they are a battleground where every movement can seal a fate. Every hunt begins in silence. The pride advances carefully, alert to the slightest shift from an antelope or buffalo. Once a vulnerable or isolated animal is identified, the strategy unfolds. Lionesses lead the approach, spreading out to cut off escape routes. As the trap closes, violence erupts. The prey fights back with frantic strength. That is when the males join in, using their weight and force to bring the animal down. Yet the role of the male lion extends beyond brute impact. He is not only the blade, but the spectacle. His dark mane becomes a banner of intimidation, drawing attention, spreading confusion, and breaking horned defenses through fear itself. He is a living distraction shaped by ancestors who learned that some battles are won with terror even before the first strike is made. Even with flawless coordination, success is never guaranteed. Only about 15 to 30% of hunts end in a kill. That is why the pride targets the old, the young, or the injured, choices that lower the risk and conserve precious energy. And when a hunt finally succeeds, the reward is anything but peaceful. The body of a zebra or buffalo quickly becomes a beacon across the savanna. Hyenas arrive, vultures circle overhead, and other scavengers gather, drawn by the scent of blood. This fierce competition plays a vital role in maintaining ecological balance. By keeping herbivore numbers in check, lions prevent buffalo and zebras from overgrazing the grasslands. This natural control allows vegetation to recover and the land to renew itself. In this way, the lion sets the rhythm of the plains. Every stalk through tall grass, every ambush, and every battle over a carcass leaves a lasting mark on the landscape. Under the harsh, sun-scorched skies of Africa, the lion is more than a predator. It is a keystone species holding together the delicate chain of life that defines the savanna. African buffalo move as a single force. They travel in massive herds and rarely break formation. Calves and weaker individuals remain at the core, shielded by an outer ring of powerful adults ready to confront any threat. This formation is driven by instinct, but also by knowledge passed down through generations of survival. More often than not, it is the females who set the course, guided by memory, ancient grazing grounds, and distant water sources mapped in their minds. Adult males take on the role of sentinels, standing guard at the edges. The herd structure is flexible enough to adapt, yet strong enough to endure the harshest conditions the savanna can offer. Buffalo also share close relationships with other species. Oxpeckers perch on their hides, feeding on ticks and parasites embedded in the skin. These birds do more than clean, they serve as early warning systems. Their sharp calls alert the herd to approaching danger. When a predator makes its move, the response is immediate. The herd tightens into a dense circle, horns facing outward. This living barricade is incredibly difficult to breach. Lions and hyenas succeed only if they manage to break the formation or isolate a single animal from the group. Through their daily movements, buffalo shape the ecosystem in countless ways. They regulate grass growth, support large predators, and sustain species that rely on their presence. In the vast plains of Africa, buffalo are more than survivors. They are pillars of balance in a land where life and death are inseparably linked. In the heart of the African grasslands, where survival is a daily battle, a female buffalo faces her ultimate test. With a final surge of strength, her calf enters the world. drawing its first breath under watchful eyes, some protective, others dangerous. There is no time to recover. From a distance, hyenas move closer in silence, their focus locked on the vulnerable newborn, sensing an easy chance. Exhausted from giving birth but driven by instinct, the mother positions herself between the hyenas and her calf. The predators advance cautiously, snapping and probing, testing her resolve, searching for a moment to pull the calf away. Her body shakes with fatigue, yet she refuses to yield. Each charge is met with a desperate counterattack fueled by the last of her strength. As her energy begins to fade, a powerful figure emerges through the dust. The father has arrived. He charges forward, hooves pounding the ground, horns lowered in defense of his family. The hyenas hesitate. Faced with the combined determination of both parents, their confidence dissolves into restraint. Together, mother and father stand shoulder to shoulder, forming an unbreakable barrier. Having escaped this immediate danger, the buffalo leads her calf across the open plains toward the safety of the herd. But in the wild, safety is never guaranteed. Ahead, two lions materialize without a sound, focused, coordinated, lethal. Moving as one, they begin to circle, their steps deliberate and precise. In a heartbeat, the calm shatters as the lioness launches the first attack. Mother and calf are pushed to the edge of survival. The buffalo twists and bucks in panic, struggling to break free as exhaustion takes its toll. The male lion joins the assault from behind, striking with claws and teeth. Driven by the instinct to protect her young, the mother refuses to collapse. With everything she has left, she fights to escape the tightening trap. The lion slips past the sweeping horns, circles behind, and strikes again. Drained of strength, the buffalo staggers beneath the predator's weight, her breathing ragged and uneven. Just as the struggle seems decided, another lion joins the assault, clamping onto her neck. With one final surge of defiance, she tries to resist. But the jaws of the Savanna's ruler close firmly, bringing her fight to an end. The mother's strength fades. Her body collapses under the lion's control. Until her final moment, her determination to protect her calf never wavered. In the realm of the Savanna's king, survival is unforgiving, and every second reflects the harsh, relentless beauty of Africa's plains. The dominant lion turns his attention to the calf. Its vulnerability is clear. Instinct overwhelms hesitation. In a swift, decisive motion, he attacks. Claws and teeth end the calf's brief struggle in an instant. The lion claims the first bite. Powerful jaws tear into the buffalo's hide as the rest of the pride watches closely. One by one, they join the meal, easing, if only temporarily, the hunger that governs their lives. Not far away, the male buffalo stands alone. The loss of his mate and calf is etched into his stare, heavy with grief and rage. Yet he is not truly alone. The herd senses his distress and gathers around him, massive bodies united by loss and rising fury. Shared pain hardens into resolve. Suddenly, the buffalo charge. Their hooves thunder across the savanna as they surge toward the lions with overwhelming force. They encircle the bodies of the fallen mother and calf, their fury intensified by loss and the instinct for retaliation. Driven by grief, they pursue the lions, relentlessly advancing like an unstoppable tide. The lions retreat into the tall grass, weaving and dodging the oncoming rush. The former hunters are now forced onto the defensive. Still, the buffalo press forward, crashing through shrubs, lowering their heads and driving ahead with a determination that seems inexhaustible. Cornered, the lions reach a stretch of muddy ground. Their paws sink slightly as they struggle to escape. The buffalo close in dangerously near, but the lions respond with quick leaps and well-timed swipes, avoiding direct impact. Gradually, exhaustion begins to take its toll on the herd. The initial surge of power fades. The terrain favors the lions and the cohesion of the buffalo group starts to fracture. Anger gives way to fatigue. Experience signals retreat. One by one, the buffalo fall back, aware that the cycle of life and death cannot be overturned. The dominant lion stands his ground, watching the herd withdraw, a stark reminder of the fragile balance between predator and prey. A silent exchange passes through the pride. The hunt is not yet over. Their focus shifts to the leader of the buffalo. In a sudden burst of movement, a lion lunges forward, claws extended, driving them into the animal's flank. A fierce struggle erupts. The buffalo twists and lashes out with horns and hooves, fighting desperately to break free. The lions close in around their quarry, each taking a precise position. The outcome is no longer in doubt. Just as the pride prepares to claim the reward of a hard-fought hunt, a new threat emerges. Another group of lions, drawn by the scent of fresh blood, approaches with steady strides and unwavering stares. The air grows heavy with tension. The two prides assess one another, neither willing to retreat. Hunger and survival fuel the confrontation. Lions clash, grapple, and roar, every movement charged with the will to dominate the kill. Then something unexpected happens. Without a sound or signal, an unspoken agreement takes shape. A brief ceasefire. The rivals tolerate one another and share the feast. In this unforgiving land, even enemies are sometimes forced to coexist. Each lion sees in the other the same strength, the same endurance, the same relentless struggle to stay alive. Beneath the surface of the earth, far from the open gaze of the savanna and the relentless sun, a story shaped by struggle begins. We return to the very beginning. Inside a hidden den, spotted hyena cubs are born. Unlike many other predators, they do not enter the world blind or helpless. Their eyes are open, their teeth already formed. This early development is not an innocent advantage, it is a warning. From their first moments, they are prepared for conflict. Even among siblings, survival is fiercely contested. The cubs engage in silent battles, each one striving to assert dominance within an unseen order that governs the entire clan. Every movement, every shove helps define a hierarchy that will shape their future. Cubs born to high-ranking females inherit clear advantages. They feed first, receive greater protection, and are treated with deference. In contrast, the offspring of low-ranking females must fight for every drop of milk, for every moment close to their mother. Inequality here is undeniable and often fatal. In some litters, only a single cub survives. This extreme behavior, known as siblicide, is not driven by cruelty. It is a harsh mechanism of natural selection rooted in the biology of the mother herself. Hyena milk is among the richest in the animal kingdom. Thick, energy-dense, and designed to fuel rapid growth. But it is limited in supply. The struggle within the den ensures that only the strongest and most resilient gain access to this vital resource. For several weeks, the cubs remain underground. They grow in near darkness, building muscle, sharpening instincts, and strengthening both body and mind. Then between the second and third month, a decisive moment arrives. They emerge into the open world and learn that survival demands more than courage. It requires discipline, endurance, and constant adaptation. On the surface, the entire clan is waiting. What once looked like playful wrestling between siblings quickly turns into hunting practice. The adults watch in silence, serving as living examples. Every movement is closely observed. The young test themselves in short sprints, rehearse ambushes, and practice mock attacks. This phase is decisive. It separates those who will thrive from those who will struggle in the unforgiving reality of the Savanna. In the wild African plains where strength often seems to rule fate, the spotted hyena defies familiar rules. Here, power does not belong to the largest males, but to the females. They are natural leaders, relentless strategists. Hyena society is among the most complex of all carnivores, held together by a strict hierarchy that is firm, unforgiving, and deeply ingrained. Power is not challenged every day. It is inherited, maintained, and respected. At the top of this structure stands the alpha female, a matriarch who sets the rhythm of the clan's life. Her authority is rarely questioned. She determines who eats first, who leads the hunt, and who gains access to the best resources. This legacy is far more than symbolic. It shapes survival itself. Males, meanwhile, hold no permanent position. Even the strongest rank near the bottom of the hierarchy. When they reach maturity, they are driven from their birth clan and must seek acceptance elsewhere. They move carefully, display submission, and wait for opportunity. Those who are allowed to stay remain in modest roles, surviving only through the tolerance and approval of the females who truly rule this world. Despite this harshness, there is no chaos. Every member knows its place and balance is maintained with near military precision. Hyena society is severe yet remarkably efficient. At its core lies one of its greatest strengths: organization. Behind the piercing laughter that cuts through the night stands a body and mind shaped by relentless pressure to survive. The anatomy of the spotted hyena is no accident. It is the product of thousands of years of adaptation. Its build is compact, powerful, and unmistakable. The front legs are noticeably longer than the hind legs, giving the animal its distinctive sloped posture. This design allows explosive bursts of speed and exceptional stability, ideal traits for long pursuits across the uneven terrain of the savanna. The midday sun burns overhead. The lioness has won the hunt, but the battle is far from over. They do not emerge from the shadows, but in full daylight. They advance like a perfectly synchronized unit. At the front stands the clan's matriarch. She does not rush, she calculates, she observes. With a single glance, the formation shifts. The escape route is sealed, the rear is cut off, the trap is closing. The lioness has raw strength. The hyenas have numbers and ruthless tactics refined by experience. Jaws capable of delivering over 450 kilograms of pressure, strong enough to crush not only bone, but the will to keep fighting. In this moment, the balance of power shifts. Here, dominance is no longer about muscle alone. The strongest is not always the biggest, it is the one who organizes best. Not far away, the Tsesebe antelope. One of Africa's fastest runners moves steadily across the open plains. These animals are true ecological trailblazers. As they travel into new areas, they help stimulate the renewal of grasslands. During the dry season, a tsessebe may cover dozens of kilometers in a single day, searching for the scarce water sources that keep life alive. The tsessebe is also known for its strong sense of curiosity. Instead of fleeing instantly, it may pause to scan its surroundings, a behavior as captivating as it is risky. Though its build can appear somewhat awkward, this antelope is capable of sustaining speeds close to 90 kilometers per hour over long distances. Instinct urges escape, but sometimes even that is not enough to outrun an extraordinary predator. Then the cheetah enters the scene, the fastest land animal on Earth yet, also among the most vulnerable. Its evolutionary journey began millions of years ago, shaped by a singular choice: extreme speed and precision, at the cost of brute strength. Females typically live alone, while males often form small coalitions, frequently with brothers. These alliances improve their hunting success and help them defend territory. Once the prey locks into its field of vision, the cheetah's spine coils like a spring under tension. In just 3 seconds, it explodes from stillness to nearly 95 kilometers per hour. Each stride releases pure energy. Its lungs expand to their limit, and a powerful heart drives oxygen-rich blood through the body to sustain the sprint. With a perfectly timed leap, the cheetah brings its target down in a moment of silent shock across the savanna. Even while gasping for breath, the cheetah must eat quickly. Lingering too long invites danger, as other predators may steal the hard-earned kill. The early years of a cheetah's life are filled with constant threats. Mothers give birth in carefully hidden shelters to avoid detection. The cubs are born incredibly fragile, making them easy targets for lions, hyenas, and even snakes. Cub mortality can be devastatingly high, reaching up to 90%. Only when the young are strong enough to keep pace with their mother and begin learning the skills of the hunt do their chances of survival improve. Despite standing at the top of the food chain in terms of speed, the cheetah's life is anything but easy. Its role in nature is crucial. By controlling prey populations, the cheetah helps maintain balance within the ecosystem. By targeting weaker or more vulnerable individuals, it supports the overall genetic health of herbivore species across the savanna. In this way, the cheetah is not just a symbol of speed, but a key guardian of ecological stability. High above the Miombo woodlands, a massive shadow glides in complete slants. It is the lappet-faced vulture, an imposing presence that seems to stand watch over the thin line between life and death. This species is the last living representative of an ancient lineage within its family, shaped by millions of years of evolution in some of the harshest environments on Earth. In the air, its movement is calm and almost invisible. On the ground, it commands instant respect. Its large, exceptionally powerful beak can tear through the toughest hides and sinews with ease. A small antelope can be stripped down to bare bones in less than 20 minutes. Faced with this dominant scavenger, even hyenas and jackals often step aside rather than challenge it. Its appearance is unmistakable. Dark feathers frame a bare head flushed with a deep pink hue. This featherless skin is no accident. It helps maintain cleanliness and allows the sun to act as a natural disinfectant after feeding on decaying remains. Unlike many other vultures, this species is typically solitary or lives in pairs. It forms strong monogamous bonds and builds its nests high in trees where both parents share the responsibility of raising their young. Each breeding season, the pair produces just a single egg, which is carefully incubated for roughly 55 days. The chick develops slowly, taking about 4 months to make its first flight and may require up to 6 years to reach full maturity. This slow life cycle makes every new generation especially valuable. Its diet is far more diverse than many people assume. While carrion remains its primary food source, this vulture is also capable of capturing small live prey and even raiding flamingo nests when the opportunity arises. Such dietary flexibility is vital, particularly during harsh dry seasons when food is scarce and competition is intense. Contrary to popular belief, vultures do not rely on their sense of smell. Instead, they possess extraordinary eyesight. From altitudes exceeding 1,000 meters, they can spot the faintest signs of death on the ground below. By rapidly consuming carcasses, they prevent the spread of dangerous bacteria and disease, playing a crucial role in maintaining the health and balance of African ecosystems. Spotted figures begin to emerge across the vastness of the plains. They are African wild dogs, tireless hunters of the Miombo woodlands. Each individual wears a unique pattern of black, brown, and white markings. No two are alike. Their society is exceptionally cohesive and led by a dominant alpha pair. Cooperation within the pack is so precise that it grants them extraordinary hunting success. As the sun sets, one of the savanna's most efficient predators sets into motion. Their strategy does not rely on ambush, but on endurance, coordination, and teamwork. Their large, rounded ears function like biological antennas, helping them dissipate heat and detect even the faintest sounds in their surroundings. During the chase, they encircle the prey and maintain constant pressure, gradually pushing it toward panic and exhaustion. Fleeing is a natural instinct, but prolonged pursuit is the wild dog's specialty. In the end, completely spent, the prey stumbles and falls before the pack. The feeding is swift. They must eat quickly before competitors such as hyenas or lions detect the scent. Adults carry portions of meat back to the den to feed the pups and any injured or weaker members of the group. The African wild dog plays a vital role in maintaining ecosystem balance. Its existence reveals the subtlety of nature, where every species, no matter how discreet or fierce, occupies an indispensable place. Amid the dry grass and cracked earth, the white rhinoceros moves forward with a heavy yet silent gait. Its name can be misleading. It does not refer to color, but comes from the African word wid, meaning wide, a reference to its broad mouth. Weighing close to 2,500 kilograms, it is the second largest land mammal on the planet, surpassed only by the elephant. Unlike the black rhinoceros, this species usually lives in small groups made up of females and their calves. Adult males, by contrast, establish their own territories which they defend through scent markings. The gestation period is long, around 16 months, and the calf remains with its mother for the first 2 or 3 years of life. This very slow reproductive rhythm makes the population especially vulnerable to any threat. Although its behavior is generally calm, the white rhinoceros can react with surprising speed. If it senses danger, it is capable of reaching speeds of nearly 50 kilometers per hour to protect its calf. For this reason, the loss of even a single individual has serious consequences for the entire population. By the end of 2024, it was estimated that around 17,400 southern white rhinoceroses remained in the wild. This figure represents an extraordinary recovery compared to the late 19th century, when the species was on the brink of extinction, with fewer than 100 individuals left alive. However, poaching for their horns remains a constant threat that continues to put their future at risk. On the African savanna, every battle ends without promises of eternal victory. In the natural world, no power is absolute and no triumph lasts forever. Each hunt pushes instinct to its limits and punishes the smallest mistake. One miscalculated step, a second of hesitation, or a delayed reaction can completely change the fate of both hunters and prey. Here, a single moment of resistance can shake the established order. Those who seem destined to fall sometimes find the strength to defy the inevitable. The Savanna reminds us that survival does not always belong to the strongest, but to those who manage to adapt, endure, and seize the right moment. In this unforgiving arena, life is sustained by decisions made in fractions of a second. If these stories of struggle, uncertainty, and survival move you, subscribe to Beast Call Nature, give the video a like, and join us on more journeys into the heart of the wild, where every story is written under the oldest law of all: to survive.